The music industry gender imbalance is hugely skewed. I think there's a statistic that 3% of producers are women. Quality is a huge part of my mission, of the reason I do what I do. Like, obviously it's all about the music, but the reason I'm putting forward artists and supporting people is because I want to give people opportunities. Hey, my name is Jaguar. I'm a DJ, broadcaster and journalist. I'm from a tiny island called Alderney in the Channel Islands, but now live here in East London, and welcome to my flat. I like to be comfortable when I'm at home. I literally live in baggy clothes, I'm not gonna lie. Cool, it's super comfortable, it's kind of like tie-dye, 70s feel, and it's just perfect for lounging around the house and sitting at my desk listening to music. I spent a lot of time actually remembering how important it is to relax, and one way I really find useful is literally to sit down, game, do something completely different, maybe put on some music as well and just focus on that for a few hours, and it's really good for my well-being. All these games that came out in the noughties, I've got a PlayStation 2 down there. Prince of Persia, we've got Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi 3, we've got Tomb Raider Legend, one of my faves. We've got Sims, oh my god, we've got one of my favourites, Rayman 3, which I think is the best Rayman game. Been obviously listening to a lot of music, we've got our record player here. And on a Friday night, it's just quite nice, when we couldn't go out, just have a glass of wine and just listen to some records. And I'm very spoiled with the record collection. And it's kind of a real luxury to be able to sit here on a Sunday and listen to some tunes. I need to do it more. And one of my favourite records from last year was Elka's Euphoric Melodies EP. And her track Burnt Orange was one of my favourite tunes from this period. It's so introspective but kind of clubby, and just I think that sound really captures this time really well. So yeah, I love Elka. I've been listening to I loved Ella Minus's album from last year as well. And then I got sent this actually literally yesterday from Sean Cartier, who's a great producer making weird electro that's just crazy, and he sent me a little note, and I played it on my radio show, and then he sent me the vinyl, which was really cool. I'm listening to music all the time for my job, but it's kind of listening to it for pleasure on a weekend is a whole different experience, so I'm trying to find more time to do that. For me, I spend a lot of time at home. In here, my bedroom is where I plan my DJ sets, I listen to music, I plan my radio shows. I've got my Radio 1 mic, and I record it with my producer who's on Zoom, and I'll make the mix in Ableton on my computer. I'll listen to the music obviously on the computer, and then we do it together on Zoom, and then she puts it together. And for DJing, I've got this wonderful RX3. Now that I've upgraded to this, I've actually decided to give my old RX to one of the students from the Future 1000, which is my initiative to get girls and non-binary people into DJing. The reason I'm putting forward artists and supporting people is because I want to give people opportunities, and so Future 1000 kind of came through that, and now that I've got the Pioneer RX3, these bad boys, I had the RX1 model originally, which is a few models below, which I bought a few years ago, my first proper pair of decks. I was super excited to invest in them. I bought it on finance. It was a big scary thing, but I'm so glad I got them because I used them so much for practicing DJing, planning radio shows, recording radio shows, house parties. So I'm so delighted that I could give her my decks, and it makes me really emotional because it's a real full circle moment just to know that she's gonna get so much out of them as well, and they're still in really good condition. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. This whole project has been super rewarding. I'm excited to see where we can take it. So there's some great places around here. I love living in Haggerston, that you're literally so close to. You've got Broadway Market down the road, you've got Dalston that way, Shoreditch. There's a great bookshop down the road, which I like to go in and just have a browse. I love reading. I take a lot of solace in books and being around books, and you know, especially when you're running around the place or traveling to gigs on the weekends or staying up really late or just being around a lot of noise. It's so nice just to like sit here with a book, a cup of tea and just read. It's wonderful. I play so many different genres in my sets because with my radio show, like listening to the introducing uploader, I listen to about 750 tracks a week from UK producers. It's just for my 1 hour radio show, and that can be jungle, that can be techno, that can be breaks, that can be garage, that can be disco. And I want to reflect all that, and I love all of that. So my sets kind of vary. Like I love to play like kind of big bass lines, housey vocals, but I love, like I was in Dundee the other day and I ended up going to like 140 BPM, like bassy, trancey, like just went for it, like club stompers. So it really depends on where I'm at, what mood I'm in, and kind of what the gig is like, and that will reflect what I'm going to play. I spend a lot of time on the train, on the overground, just getting here, there, everywhere. It's a great time to listen to music, mixes, radio shows. Sometimes I listen back to my own show. And yeah, I love just sticking my headphones on in the underground and just like... I've been working so hard in this like 2 years behind the scenes, and I can see the progress now, and you know, doing things like supporting Fatboy Slim, or how my radio show moved to Thursdays at 10 o'clock on Radio 1, and now being able to be out there and DJ to these crowds and people actually recognise me for what I've done is an amazing feeling, and I'm really enjoying it.